Alright, here we are, Hobe Sound, USA National Championships. Day 4 of Death by Sailing. Sea Fleet race starting out. Here at Hobe Sound, wind has done a 180 on us, so we've reversed the course and sailing the other way. Don't ask me what direction that is. I have my compass bearings here, but still on the same beach. Different course. So the boys head upwind. We got Gary Bowl on the outside in the 7-1 boat. 00 boat underneath him. Dave Lindell, I believe. Charles in the 8-7 boat. Heading upwind. Just watched my videos the other day, and it looks like I don't always hold the camera straight up and down. So people were literally sailing uphill and downhill. Got John Taylor in the 2.8 Woody called Gillette. I believe it's his own design. You go to Taylor Boats and check out his stuff. Got the K2. Had the lead for a brief minute. K2 and the Viz, sold by Sailboat RC out of Croatia. So, like one of the boats from the top competitors, send your check to Croatia and they'll hook you up. I got Bill Benz on the outside in the 8.8 Vickers boat, incorrectly identified by me, 18th grade graduate. That is a Vickers boat, not a Vente, as previously reported. Ian Vickers, please accept my apologies. But if you'd like to sponsor a mediocre cameraman, Ian, you can hook me up. We got Gary Pole in the Britpop, orange draft stripes. Gary just did some minivan training for his racing today, how to avoid obstacles and obstructions. So he was testing the insurance limits of whatever rental car company he's using, as Gary looks to make it around that windward gate outside in front of Bill Benz, but it looks like Jarl in the K2 getting there first in the 8.7 2.5 boat. Chuck Luscombe, no H in Luscombe. Anybody who would like to invest into my GoFundMe for English as a second language, you can send that to me. Venmo, PayPal, check, however you want to do it. It looks like Chuck and Jarl out front in the light wind from the opposite direction. Hopefully give us some decent views, but of course real close to the shore here. So first row is Jarl and Chuck. Second row is Dave Lindell and Gary Bowl, charging hard downwind, looking for his own puff. And Bill Benz in the 8.8 boat. What else we got back here? Number 10 boat, Mike French. John Taylor in the 2.8. Got Paul Todd coming in fast down the beach. Getting the little super puff. Paul sporting the wind director up there on top of his mast. That's an old man move, Paul. You're getting up there. So Paul knows the wind is behind him just because of that little doohickey. So we'll all be looking at Paul's boat for help. Looks like Chuck is legging it out on Jarl a little bit. Not much maneuvering here in this light wind. People just straight up, straight down. First trip downwind, Sunday morning. As we do death by sailing, death by videography. Had a nice pig roast last night. Big thanks to Steve Landau Jeez, old habits die hard. Steve Landau, who donated a lot of great gifts and boat stands, a lot of mask kits. So a nice raffle, some sourdough bread from Susie Batzer. SusiesBigBadBread.com. Not sure where she sells them, but that was a nice treat. As the boys head upwind, looks like K2. K2 scored out front. Jarl, is that you? Let me zoom in. We have confirmed identification. Everybody's going to be selling their viz, buying a K2. There's Jarl's out front in the Sea Fleet here this morning. As Jarl heads upwind. Gary Bull back there, heading out to the right. Jarl sees Gary and goes to cover. Bill Benz tacks with him. Chuck Luscombe is looking for a way to get there. Dave Lindell in the 00 says, I'm not going to be a follower, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to go up here on starboard and nuke you boys on the next shift. Maybe, we'll see. Dave tacks back, see if he makes some gains. Looks like he's got some big gains coming to this beach side. So Dave has worked his way into second place. Jarl says, I'm going to tack away. Oh, Jarl, I might have kept going, but I guess Dave is on. Oh, Dave's on port. Everybody's on. Dave and Jarl on port. Got to reverse our thinking. We did 3 days sail in one direction. Now we're going to spend the last day sailing the other direction. It's Chuck Luscombe tries to. Maybe I can get the Luscombes to officially change their name so I can say it right. But Chuck heading up there. They Jarl's going to use the wrong mark to turn, but he was going to make it. Luckily, he figured it out. Instead of turning at the finish line, he's turning at the where you're supposed to, up to the windward mark. So it looks like Dave's going to tack first. Jarl's going to squeak it in there and head downwind first. The right side did not pay for Gary Bull. Sorry, Gary. Just an observation. As John Taylor rounds behind John Luscombe. 2-8 boat in fourth. So Dave and Jarl wing on wing. The peloton breathing down their throats behind them. John Taylor trying to be the top wood in this contest. I think he will be, since there's only one other Woody in the fleet. But if you're looking at getting in the IOM and you like sawdust, build yourself an IOM Woody. They can come out as light as the fiberglass boats. Just saying. Don't let money be your excuse. Make it happen. Saw down a tree and start planing. Got Skip Miller in the mix now in the 7-8 boat. Skip's been sailing well this weekend. Visiting the A fleet pretty regularly. But with 6 up, 6 down, guys are shuffling out of A to B, sometimes to C. Sometimes they sail right back up 3 races in a row. But Dave Lindell and Jarl pretty well matched downwind. No big gains or losses there. But the second row is gaining some speed on them. Chuck Luscombe. Jeez, get that tongue wired to your brain, Dan. The 2-5 boat and down to the leeward gate. Looks like Jarl's protecting the inside. Saying you're not going to get it, Dave. I'm putting you on the outside of the wheel. You're going to take the outside of the wheel, Dave. But the right tactic for Dave is to turn out early. Hope Gerald goes wide and then just sneak it in there. Dave's got the memo. Let's see if Dave can do it. See if Jarl can hold tight. Jarl slams the door. Dave miscalculates. But they're sailing on. Those boys around the mark there. Looks like Dave does his turn to exonerate the kiss of the leeward mark. All right, now Jarl, it's up to you. See if you can take the pressure. In the 8-7 boat. Jarl's like Madonna. He's just got one name. I don't have to learn his last name because I have to learn how to pronounce it. Only one Jarl in the fleet, so we're okay. In the 8-7. Got some boys heading out to Desperation Island, trying to make something happen. Gary Bold in the 7-1 and that boat. I can't read a sail number. So there goes Gary. So Gary's got some gains again. Gary had some big loss, but made it up on the downwind. As Gary looks at a starboard ley line, the world's longest ley line. But looks like he's going to have to throw another tack in. Jarl's 37 seconds of fame here on the internet in the 8-7 boat, looking to win this Sea Fleet race, but only need to be top 6, so that's what they're bucking for. Hopefully everybody's got their ports and starboards right, since we're going a different way today. Looks like Jarl's trying to cover. Get onto a good starboard ley line there for the finish. Dave Lindell worked the beach here in the 0-0. Coming in hot on port. It's like Gary Bull and Bill Benz have committed to the port finish also. As they come over to shore, Gary tacks, powers up. Pours the coals. Looks like Jarl and Dave, not sure who got there first. Chuck in the 2-5 boat. John Taylor in 4th. Oh no, get there, Gary, get there, Gary. Oh, I don't know, it might be Gary or Skip for that 6th place spot, so we'll see. That race was about 13 minutes with the light wind. So loosen up those rigs, boys, especially if you're racing against me. Loosen them really loose, like over loosen them to the point of slowness. So give me a few races. Steve Cucchiero, 8-4 boat. Learning that Steve's got quite a few accolades in the big boat world. He's won a Maxi World Championship, I think. Coach Chuck Milliken was telling me about his achievements, so great to have him out here sailing the IOM fleet. He's hooked by the bug. And that's it for Sea Fleet.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Jeff Becker on his favorite pin end start. Trying to make it all happen. Here we are, A Fleet race, I believe 16A? 16A, brought to you by Peter Feldman's coup to keep me in B Fleet so he can get video of his sailing. Paid Tony Gonzalez to take me out at the line. Tony got 6th, I got 7th. I stay in B Fleet. Tony gets to play with the A Fleet boys. It's Jose Valverde in the 48 out in front. Steve Lando in the 1-2. Out on the right side of the course, Desperation Island. Mark Gollison, the 5.5 boat. As I reposition my feetsies a little bit. 112 from Sweden, Ulf, making an appearance in A Fleet. Nice job, Ulf. Got Ken Reed in the 04 with the green draft stripes. Getting covered by Brian Shores. As Kenny tacks onto starboard, Brian luckily sees it, but his first leg, big white sails on the IOMs. A lot of guys going to the draft stripes for visibility. But double-edged sword. They call you over early, but you can find your boat in a sea of white sails. There's the crew leader, Peter Feldman, paying off folks to keep a hard-working man down, taking videos of A Fleet, the 4-4. Peter's memorial boat to the U.S. penny. Peter went, got the rest of the pennies out of the mint, made this solid copper boat that sails really well. Sailboat, our sea guys out of Croatia are really a magnificent boat company here. As Jose Valverde gets around first. It's tough when you got to do play-by-play and color commentary. I think I need a sidekick. The hours are long and the pay is poor. Please apply at www.theamy.org. Jose Valverde heading downwind. Gary Bowles' Magic Britpop being sailed by Dave Ramos in the 05 boat. Ulf says, I can be my own manufacturer with his 3D printed Alioth in the 112. Making the world great again for microplastics. And got Mark Gollison out there doing some custom mast ram adjustments to his boat this morning. Looks like they worked. He's got Peter on his hip in the 4-4. Brian Shores here in the 117. A lot of maneuvering going on. Got Jose Valverde in the 4-8 up front. Still Dave Ramos in second. Ulf in third. Jeff Becker on the outside. Pin end Jeff is heading straight for the marks. Kenny Reed. Kenny's been fighting from behind a little bit this weekend, but he seems to find a way, even though he's maybe not winning the start or the first leg, but he's clawing his way back. The 04 boat. His buddy, Slick Willie, Will Van Cleef, to make his life miserable. It's the magic jibe. Those Viz, they jibe like no other. Tell Zvanko you want to order one. As Jose turns upwind, Dave turns upwind, Ulf turns upwind, and looks like Peter's going the outside in the 4-4 boat. Around in fourth place. So Peter just drives the whole race in fourth and then beats you at the end. I think is his secret strategy this weekend. Dave making the Britpop great again. Gary Bull hates to see one of his used boats beating him in a regatta, so hopefully Dave read the fine print on the sales contract and he knows that Gary can retrieve that boat from him at any time. But no, it can't be a finish yet. We're only 5 minutes in. So Jose is in the 4-8. Dave in the 05. Ulf 112. Mark squeaking in 5-5 Vente. Mark with an odd number of draft stripes. Mark read some scientific studies that said 3 is better than 4, so Mark went with the 3. Actually, our insiders say Mark was just lazy and didn't put the 4th one on, but I think it's a speed secret he doesn't want to tell anybody about. Peter Feldman slipped back to 5th. Looks like Steve Lando and Kenny Reed in 6. As we watch our mark roundings up here. Oh, that's the wrong mark rounding. Finish line is close to the little mark here. Maybe some different colored buoys would help us ADD sailors figure it out. Jarl tried to shortcut the course, do a rounding at the finish line instead of the winded marks. Looks like Dave's going to get there first. Jose gave up a few boats on that upwind, our A fleet race there. There's Dave Ramos in the 05. Around this inside first. Wolf in the 112 second. So Alioth and the Britpop doing good in light air here. Jose Valverde, 48. From Spain, representing the country of Spain. We had a nice dinner last night. All the country flags were up. So that's kind of cool. The U.S. Nationals. Nice pig roast. Everybody had a good meal, had a raffle, and drank a few beers and went home. Dave out front in the 05. Wolf in the 112. Jose Valverde, 48. Peter back to his normal spot, 4th in the 4-4. And Mark in 5th in the 5-5. So there's something going on here with our numerology. Kenny Reed in the 04, heading down with Barbados. Looks like an opening ceremony here as they go side by side downwind. Wind's building a little bit here. Steve Lando in the 1-2 punch. Steve sails any boat that's functional in his shop. So he's moved so much boats through the U.S. He builds them, sells them, builds them, sells them, getting new guys on the water. So Steve, great thing for our IOM fleet. That is one of the difficulties in the IOM fleets. Full turnkey boats. Sailboat RC out of Croatia is probably one of the only companies that does that. You can buy full turnkey boat, rig, sail box. They do a great job over there. Get yourself a viz. I think Larry calls his Fat Bottom Girl. Good morning. Is that the name of your boat, Larry?
What?
Fat Bottom Girl? Tribute to Queen?
It's tush.
All right. Let's keep it PG-13 here. Well, man, the light wind, everybody's civil. Everybody's yelling at each other. What's going on?
It's A fleet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, looky here. Peter decided to race. Passing people. Peter's in 5th and 4th. Now he's bumping up there to challenge Mr. Ramos. Peter's led the first 3 days, and going to be a hard one to catch. Some advanced mathematics will have to happen for Peter to get caught. I don't think we have enough races to make it happen. Dave Ramos in the 05. His second-hand Britpop. Leading an A fleet race of IOM Nationals in front of Peter Feldman in the 4-4 boat. This is new technology versus old technology right here. Britpop, 16-year-old boat. Viz, just a baby. 1 year old, or is it less than 1? Larry, my Viz expert, do some research, quickly.
How old is Feldman's boat?
I think it's less than a year old.
Less than a year.
But the design itself is less than a year, is that true?
About 8 months old.
8 months old,
Still in diapers.
beating up on a 16-year-old boat. I don't know about that.
Just learning to walk.
Looks like Dave's going to get the win. Just learning to walk. Getting potty trained. 05.
Nice one, Dave.
Nice race, Dave. Peter Feldman coming in for second. He'll enjoy that. Jose Valverde in third in the 4-8. Ulf, the whole country of Sweden is celebrating on this non-live broadcast as they watch you cross the line in his Alioth. Mark Gollison in the logical place to order in the 5-5 boat, 5th. And as foretold, Kenny figures out a way to pass some boats on the last leg in 0-4. Tony Gonzalez, who beat me out for the bump up spot in, what was that, 7th place? Oh, Tony, you're going to come back down to B Fleet and beat me up again, are you? Chuck Luscombe in the 25. Steve Lando on starboard, going to squeak it in there on bar. Bar in the 6-4. Nobody wants to give up a point. Scott Gazelle in 0-8 in A Fleet. Looks like he's going to stay in A Fleet. Same with Diego in the 2-6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats left on the water. So we're sorry. Brian Shores is going to go out to fight in B Fleet. Same with Slick Willie Van Cleef, as Kenny likes to call him. That's Will Van Cleef, Kenny's nickname. But we might call him Run Aground Van Cleef after yesterday. I think he hit Desperation Island twice. And that's it for A Fleet. 12-minute, 44-second race.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I pushed the button for that? Alright. Start over, D Fleet. Oh boy, 2 in a row, D Fleet.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, D Fleet, third time's a charm. I don't know if Charlie threw the U flag on him or not, but we're off and racing. Here, wind's picking up. I don't know if people really detuned a lot. I loosened up a little bit when it was light, so now I don't know if I got too much. But Ricky Gary in the 9-4 boat, tacking off the shore. Ricky out of South Carolina. Chat with him a little bit. Sailing the IOMs, DF95, started out on EC12s. As we had upwind, but Gary Winton out in front in the D Fleet. 5-4 boat. Gary's got 5 draft stripes. Mark has only got 3. So I think maybe less is more. But the 9-8, Drew Beach out in front. Blue boat. Looks like they're sailing off the wind a little bit. They got to come up because look at Steve Cucchiero in the 8-4 boat. Only took me 4 days to get it, Steve, but I'm here now. Booking my trip to Italy next week. As our class secretary up there, Mr. Mike Feldman, giving some starboard love to Steve, saying, "I'm the class secretary. Let me win a race, for crying out loud." Working hard for you guys, following all the rules, regulations, making sure everything runs like a Swiss watch around here. So we thank Mike for being our class secretary in the 1-5 boat, leading out this D Fleet race. 17D, I believe. People get mad at me if I don't say the race number. So 17D as Mike Feldman out front. Drew Beach in the blue 9-8 boat. Second, orange boat. Third place, 9-9. That's Klaus. And the 3D printed Proteus. And on the other end of the spectrum, the non 3D printed Viz. Made with love in Croatia. That's Steve Cucchiaro sailing the 84 Viz. Gary went in the 5-4 Vickers boat. 11 or 12. There's our second Woody in the fleet, the 9-5 Tom Johnson. And Bob in a 3-6 Viz. Scott Graff is always the nicest competitor. He ducks every time he goes in front of my camera. Scott, you don't need to duck. We're okay watching you race. But that was very considerate of him. As Dan's in Daydreamville, who rounded first down there. I'll tell you when they get closer. Maybe I'm not at the perfect position here. I guess I'm close to the windward mark, so those are kind of interesting roundings. It's Mr. Mike Feldman himself. Rule in the fleet. Oh, but Mike on port. Port and leeward. I don't know where Scott was at, but little rules infraction there. As Gary Winton goes to the far shore in the 5-4. As we come upwind for the second time. Maybe a little pressure out there. Drew Beach, 9-8, now finds himself in first place as I start leaning back and the camera goes to the sky. Sorry about that. But there's Drew Beach in the 9-8 boat. Klaus, the 9-9. Steve Cucchiaro in the Viz, the 8-4. Gary Winton, 5 draft stripes. Gary, 5 draft stripe Winton, 5-4. Mike Feldman trying to claw back into it, but top 6 is what you want. None of us want to be in D fleet, but 51 or 52 competitors this weekend, running 4 fleets, ABCD, 4 days of racing. Big thanks to our PRO, Charlie Sumners, lives here in Florida. Just bought a new IOM recently, so he's going to be out racing with us soon. Charlie sails some RC lasers and some DF boats, I believe. So those are the gateway drugs, and then hop into these other classes. You start wanting one of everything. So Drew Beach in the 9-8, heading up. We got Klaus in the 9-9, Steve Cucchiaro in the 8-4. Mike Feldman hanging on to 4th. That's all you need, Mike, to bump up to score in C Fleet. 1-3. I'm drawing a blank. I think last name is Nelson. 1-3 is Nelson. Sailing this weekend. Looks like Drew's going to make it first. First to the windward mark. Steve is going to sneak it inside there on Klaus. Steve is on starboard. I don't know. They cooperate. Cooperate and graduate is the mantra that some guys talk about. So yeah, when you're the top 6, don't take each other out because you won't promote. Drew Beach still out front. Klaus in the 9-9, Steve in the 8-4, Mike Feldman in the 1-4, Gary Winton in the 5-4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and looks like our Woody might be number 6. And the 9-5, Tom Johnson. But The new technology Viz has got to have something to say about it in 3.6. Lenny Bose wants me to pump our sponsors. Sailboat RC, one of our sponsors at AMYA. So we appreciate what they do for our sport, coming out with new designs and keeping us hungry skippers filled up with boats. Back to our leaders. Back to Drew's trying to check out.
It's incredible.
Single man breakaway.
And I will say, oh, I don't have time.
Mike Feldman's riding a puff down the inside. 1.5. Gary Winton in the 5.4. Steve and Klaus out there in the Team Orange boats. Let's see how this battle for the last bump up between Bob and Tom does. Bob in the yellow boat and Tom in the 9.5. As Bob has to maneuver around the start line. Tom pounces in and trying to, let's see, administer some starboard love to Bob. It's dog eat dog here for that last 6th place bump up spot. You got to remember, you got to give guys time and opportunity to keep clear. So Drew Beach still out front. 9 minutes into our race. As I try not to lean back. I lean back, the camera goes to the sky. There's Drew. Powered up, going good. That's Steve Cucchiaro, I think, in the bumped up in the 2nd spot. Steve has spent some time in A fleet, so this is an abnormality to have him down here. But I shouldn't say that, actually. We've seen some of the A fleeters have some problems, end up down here, and they sail four races in a row to get back to A. So you always feel good when you do that. But HMS is pretty good at letting the cream rise to the top, but still shuffles around. And I kind of like it because there's always something to fight for. Even if you're in D fleet, you want to be in C fleet. If you're in C fleet, you want to be in B fleet. If you're in B fleet, you want to be in A fleet. But then there's another side that you're in B fleet, you don't want to get bounced down. And so on and so on. But Drew Beach having a great race here. Drew's boat's going good. As our race committee gets ready. We got video and voice recorder and 2 people writing numbers, so they've got a well-oiled machine. Drew being a proper sailor and finishing on starboard, even though the angle's tough. He comes up and says, oh, maybe I'll go across on port. So there's Drew in 1st. Steve in 2nd, Gary in 3rd. Tom in the Woody in 4th. Mike in 5th. And John, Burt, and I think Nelson, 1-3. Gotta find out Nelson's first name. Chuck Milliken in the 2-1 boat, sailing his Viz. Igor across the line. And finishing up D fleet there. 15 seconds, 17C. Sunday, January 11th. All right, here we are, 17C, short day today, only sail until 2. As the boys head upwind here. couple guys tack onto port first. Brian Pace in the 7-3 boat, and Reichard Colley in the 6-7. Got Paul Todd here in the 169 boat. Coming up the middle, a few people on his hip. Gary Winton, Mike Feldman, Dave Linden, Steve Cucchiaro over here all by himself. Clear air and pressure. Steve got the memo as he tacks on to port, and it looks like he'll probably cross the whole fleet. So nice job, Steve.
85, 85. 97 coming out.
As guys get close to shore, can't ever do everything right. Fouls are part of the sport. Should just be paying attention. We really like it when people just, you commit an infraction, do your turn. Some people like to wait till it's called and figure it's not a foul and somebody calls it, but I believe the true Corinthian spirit in my mind is you do your penalty if you know you committed a foul, just like golf. But sometimes it's hard to see, and my Tony Gonzalez public service announcement is the camera sees more than the skippers can, so don't blow up the comments with fouls discussion. They happen. We're humans trying to have fun racing our boats as fair as humanly possible, but when we're humans, we make mistakes. So that's your public service announcement. Steve leading the charge, but everybody's just covering Steve, saying, "Eat my dirty air." I don't know if Steve's going to factor that into his thinking. It looks like it does. He says, "I'm going to go get on the edge. Why do I just want to go slow in front of everybody?" Gary Winton out here on the beach side in the 5-4. As Steve looks for a place to go, but getting gobbled up by the peloton. As Bill Benz gets up there in the 8-8 boat. Vickers boats always seem pretty fast, doing their thing. Gary Winton also in a Vickers boat, 5-4, and eyeballing up this beachside leeward gate. So most people are going downwind on starboard, so that means, I think it means you want to go upwind on port. So it's usually the opposite is the favorite tack. But what do I know? Just a guy with a camera and a big mouth. Back to racing. Got Brian Pace in the 7-3 boat, the Proteus 3D printed boat. Looks like they might have touched. The 1-0 boat, I think that's Mike French. Orange 1-0. 0-0, Dave Wendell. I got a little excited with the zoom there. Oh no, 8-4 is Steve Cucchiaro, Gary Winton in the 5-4 as they come upwind. Let's watch Steve and Gary tack together. Gary tacks. Gets things powered up. Steve continues on. Likes the pressure on the right side, most likely. Oh yes, and Steve gets lifted up there. And then Mike French in the 1-0 boat. Back to the next gaggle. We got Bill Benz in the 8-8. Heading upwind, top 6. Promotes from C to B. Gary Winton here in first. Gary tacks. Gary might have sensed a little shift. Brian goes with him. Brian's right and Gary's dirty air, maybe. Not sailing as high as Gary, so maybe off the wind a little bit. As Gary might get the lap count confused. Well, maybe not. Looks like Gary was going for a finish, but he's going for the right mark. So good job, Gary. Gary's out in the lead, but mast standing up in a little hole and a little shift. Get that thing powered up. Gary's being patient. Waiting for the wind. Plenty of breeze here on shore. But maybe it's something a little swirly out there. That's Gary going to come around first. Got Brian here in the 7-3. Everybody spread out. I need some excitement for my video, folks. If we want excitement, here's Larry Grant making model sailing great again. Looks like Steve, the 8-4 boat, gets around first. Mike French right behind him. Gary Winton there in the top 3. Dave Lindell, the 0-0. And Bill Benz. Nice cordial rounding. We'll watch here. It's a couple guys. Everybody's spread out, so not too much bad kind of excitement. There's Reichard in the 6-7. As we're heading down. Blue boat, not sure who that is. 9-8, is that Drew Beach? I think so. As Larry Grant makes it around the inward gate. Our leaders kind of checked out. Big gap between first group of boats. Steve and Gary gonna duke it out, but usually top 6 don't mess with each other. Just stay top 6. You got a group of 5 boats here. We got Steve in the 8-4, Gary in the 5-4, Dave in the 0-0, Mike in the 1-0, and Bill Benz. That's some advanced math here. Let me count it up. Take my shoe off. That's 5 boats. There's one more from this this last group. So here's where the fight is, right here. These 4 boats at the moment to get the bump up spot. So we got Paul Todd, our resident Kiwi expert, because he's from New Zealand. Drew Beach, expert in financial planning, 401k investments, a 9-8 boat. John Taylor knows the nuclear launch codes on some submarines, so be nice to John. And Reichard Colley in the 6-7 before it was internet fame, so Colley living off the millennials. As the leaders around the mark. That's top 5. Try to get through. Unscathed. And 4 days of material. I'm working. I need to get some Chat GPT help. As Bill getting a big lift. Everybody else just parked over there. Bill getting a lift up the middle, getting some height. Bill says, I'm going towards the finish line. I'm going to keep going. Now it shifts back on him. He's got to fall off a little bit, but Bill might have got enough to get into first. As we watch our leaders coming upwind. It's Bill in the 8-8. Looks like he's got given the business to Steve. Look at that, Bill. Nice job. 8-8 boat. But we all like to win. But if you're not in A fleet, we're just trying to get to the next fleet. Everybody wants to be an A, but there's not room for everybody. And there he is. Bill Benz just shot out of a cannon, folks, on this last leg.
Raffle ticket.
Just passes them all. Yeah, the lucky Bill. Bill took home all the big prizes last night. Rig box, rig, boat stand. I think he even took some of the leftover knives and forks with him. But Bill won a few of the raffles last night. We're calling for a congressional inquiry on that. So Bill wins the race there in the 8.8. Steve in the 8.4 lefts it up to go. That's 2, 4 more. So Gary Winton and Dave look like they got it okay. Teeny tiny start line and finish line. It's really hard to get across on starboard, so that's going to make for some interesting finishes here, folks. Yeah, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's our number 6 contestant? Oh, as they struggle. Start line's really hard to get across on starboard. Looks like Reichard's going to do it. In the 6-7 boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice job, Reichard. Put the bump up. Oh, here's the heartbreak one. The 7th position. Kind of like kissing your sister, as they say. The saying goes. I didn't have a sister growing up. Got a couple half sisters now, though. Mike French makes it across. 9-7, Dave Ryan, new sailor, San Diego, California. Spent some time in the A fleet. There's some big holes out there. Boats are just all stopped. So some burnt offerings and wind dances going on as Dave makes it across. Actually on port, what am I saying? Yeah, they're all crossing on port. I don't think you literally can get across on starboard right now. There's Larry Grant on starboard. There's the finish line. Yeah, all port finishes on that one. But that's a wrap for Sea Fleet.
Somebody should get this on video.
Those are my good luck charm. right, and we're off. An A Fleet race brought to you by Peter Feldman, who's paying people to keep me down. He actually paid myself to blow my B Fleet race, but here we are in A Fleet. Oh, looks like a general recall. Hold, please. All right, 17 Alpha looks like it's off and running. Looks like Bar Batzer got called over early. Got Jose Valverde out here in the 4-2 race. Kenny Reed in the 0-4. That was Peter Feldman here in the 4-4. Looks like he's going to cross everybody on port. Not sure where he started on the start line. Maybe midline? Midish? But good lift. Got a good tack. Attack back. Got to cover the whole fleet and get to the mark. There's some boats tacking off the shore. Could be a little bit exciting. Mark and Tony going to tack together. Or Mark just taking Tony's stern. Let Tony fend for himself. Yeah, it's Brian Shore's. A little hiccup, it gets a little. Brian's getting it. Brian's in the weeds over here as he uses all the width of the course to get over to this shoreside windward gate. Looks like that move paid off for Brian. He's going to get to the mark first. Brian, the 117, gets there first, and Dave Ramos in the 05. Bente versus Britpop, blue versus blue. We'll see who has the top shade of blue. Brian's might be considered a little more turquoise, but Dave's out in front. Got Mark Galson on his hip, the 5-5. Jeff Becker in the 6-5, Alex Ramos in the 115 out there, and then Peter Feldman in his number 4 position. Just kidding, who knows? All those boats are there as we head downwind. Public service announcements, even though they reversed the course, that is now a gate up there, and it's inside out rounding. Learned that one the hard way. Gave it all back in one leg. I'm not bitter. I'm bitter. Let me put it that way. Don't do it. Don't sail 4/5 of the way good and 1/5 bad, because that just rifles you back. The whole fleet. One mistake, compounded. The whole fleet got me. Kind of when you hit a ball out of bounds in golf and then you try to hit one even harder. That one goes out of bounds. That was my tin cup moment as Dave Ramos powers up downwind in the 05. And Mark Galson in the 5-5. Using my route. That was the route that went fast for me, kind of over here by the shore. As we head down to the gates, which means inside out. So Mark's defending the inside. He's going to come up. He's got overlap with Mr. Ramos. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm too far away to really know. But Alex looks like he's going to get there first. Oh no, Dave gets there before Mark. So yeah, Alex in the 115. Vickers boat beating up on Dad. As Alex tacks back. Looks like better pressure on the right side right now. This A-Fleet race. Who's that out there? Looks like Jeff Becker. 6'5" boat. Sailing well. Got Steve Lando in the 1-2. Tony Gonzalez in the 5-1. They usually carpool, but Tony's a Florida guy. No carpooling with Steve and Tony this weekend. Kenny Reed in the 0-4. Trying to think of a good moonshine joke. The Moonshine Express? No. Rum Runner? I guess that one's a little cliche for sailing. I'll work on it, Kenny. I'll come up with some good material. Brad demands it. But got Jeff out front, the 6'5", 6'5" Vente, attacking the shifts. This bar over early Batzer, the 6'4", worked his way back. So if you get qual quick and get down, it's not a kiss of death. So it looks like Bar's worked his way into second place. Nice job, Bar. As Tony tacks behind Bar. Bar tacks again. All our port starboards are all confused here. As Bart heads upwind with a quick Lando. Steve, it's just ingrained in my brain to mispronounce your name. But if you'd like your name mispronounced, come on out and do some IOM sailing. I will film you and nobody will know who you are. There's Jeff in the 6'5" boat. Heading upwind. Missing the finish line. Jeff Becker getting his moment of glory across the weekend. I think I said 17A. Look at the board, but I missed some of the action. Jeff is the outside in up here at the top. Alex Ramos was first out of the leeward gate, but sailing into some doldrums here as everybody converges on that outer mark. But Mark Galson and Jose Valverde decide to come over here because light wind, you want to stay away from other boats. They just slow you down, slow everybody down. So clear air and pressure is your friend, and but sometimes you just get stuck, you get buried. So Brian Shores was first to the windward mark last time, so it looks like he's given up some as he heads to the inside mark again like he did last time, but things have really gotten light. So Jeff trying to keep his sails powered up in the 6'5". Not much to see there. He's sailing all by himself. So let's look. Bar Batzer hanging on to second. Steve Lando, 1-2. Alex Ramos in the 115 been doing great this weekend. One of our younger sailors here. Under 50 for sure. I think he might even be in the under 40 league. So if you are under 50 years old and would like to glory of model boat sailing, go to www.theamya.org. You too can be the champion of the pond. Check back in on Jeff. Jeff still got a good lead, extending. Mark Olson's over here, working the shoreline again. He's got nobody behind him, so clear air, pressure. Only got to deal with Jose Valverde. And he's just dying. So the shore's pretty good, but maybe the wind's getting a little behind us or swirling off the palm trees as Mark gets slow. Jeff rounding the mark down there in the 6'5" boat. Heading upwind. Mark goes all stop. Poor Mark just sailed into a hole. There's Mark with the whole fleet sailing by him, unfortunately. Jeff over there in the pressure. Pressure definitely came in from the left, or the far side of the course. Steve Lando out there making his move. He's in clear air and pressure for sure. Even more pressure than Jeff. See if he can run down Jeff here. Thank you, sir. As Steve tries to get some lift. Really made some gains on Jeff, but he's still way out there. Both guys on port. Jeff tacks back onto starboard. Has a little indecision. Goes back onto port. Steve heading over there to Desperation Island. We'll watch Steve's tack off the beach. Steve goes, finally tacks. Here's Jeff. Jeff covers Steve well. Steve's got a rough angle there, but starts to speed up, head up a little. Barr was once in second place, now third-ish, maybe second. Let's see, him and Steve took a different path there. This small finish line is tough. Heading upwind here to our left, most likely west or north. Northwest. I think this lake's a little bit of an angle, but we barely had to adjust the course this weekend, so that makes it nice on the race committee. As Jeff Becker in 6'5" is going to get his A-Fleet bullet. Not sure if he's got one yet, but he's been in A-Fleet most of the regatta, I believe. Nice job, Jeff. Steve Lando looks like he made some gains. Not enough for first, but enough for second. Lando in second, Barbatzer in third. Got Alex and Peter doing their thing there. Tony Gonzalez coming in, Ken Reed. Aaron Bremer, Brian Shores, and Scott Gazelle staying in A-Fleet again, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Chuck should be staying in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like Bill, you're the first to backslide. Bottom 6. 14-minute race.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
18 Delta getting off the line here. It's like a little contact up the boat end, or general recall. It's like a general recall. Hold, please.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. What did I say last time? 18 Delta. Here on a Sunday. Less than 2 hours of sailing left. As boats flop onto port, head upwind. And the boys love their starboard tack, take it all the way to the beach. Waiting for folks to tack away. Let's see if it pays. Got Tom Johnson in the 9.5 boat. You're in the 8.3. Klaus in the 9.9. And the out in the lead. Mike Feldman in the 1.5 out there. Ricky Gary in the 9.4. Ente heading upwind. Really swirly, and a big puff came through the start line, but everybody got across unscathed. And the what am I trying to say? In the restart, as everyone heads upwind. Mark Flickenstein in the 4.2 boat. Klaus in the 9.9. Mark in a K2. Klaus in the Proteus. 3D print. Got a 3D printer, print one up, see how you do. So, Mark looks like he's going to make it to the windward gate first. Those are gates, outside in gates at the top, inside out at the bottom. Just informing people for a friend. As Bob comes over the other gate, everybody else on that one. Let's see if Bob pays off on this side. Things are getting light here. Larry Grant here. The 8.5 Viserator. Got Mark still out front, the 4.2 boat. Klaus, the 9.9. George Belichick, the 2.2. Powering up. Let's go, George. Get you into Sea Fleet. As he heads downwind. George, a local sailor here. I hear he's quite the rocket scientist. So, if you want to talk to George about engineering and cars, he's your man. He's done some really cool stuff. From what I hear, I'll have to maybe get an interview with him. As Mark in the 4.2 still out front. It's like Klaus in second. George in third. Mike Feldman powering up. Taking on the leaders by storm in the light air Olympics here. As Mike struggles to keep that jib full. Come on, get it out there. Wing it. There we go. Chuck Milliken there. Chuck Milliken Sales. If you need some sales, Chuck makes them. Look him up. He also, I think, distributes the sailboat RC sales. So if you need IOM sales quick, Chuck can set you up. I think he gets the blanks and then he finishes them. So Chuck's been making sales for a long time here in Vero Beach. Back down to Mark. Mark in the 4.2. Trying to lead this wire to wire mark. Just remember, inside out. Inside out. I had a perfect outside in rounding and went from first place to last place.
Same thing.
Did you?
Somebody yelled at me, I got the inside. I was like, no, I got the inside. Oh, he was right.
Dude, I botched it. It looks like these guys are going to do it. These guys are going to botch it too.
Oh, they are. They're going to go out.
Yep, they're doing a Dan. That's the Helen Keller right there.
Oh, ouch, you guys.
All right, I'm feeling better.
Oh.
You think they're going to figure it out?
Everybody does it. Oh my God, the next guys are doing it. 22, they're going back. They got to unwind themselves first.
Oh boy, mayhem at the leeward gates. Well, I showed him the way. I did it, well actually Paul Todd did it first early.
Essentially just going down.
Oh boy. It's getting ugly here. Ugly in, is this D fleet?
This is D.
These are the dog days of D right here when you sail the wrong course.
With a nice lead.
Oh man. Yeah, I had 4/5 of the race, perfect. That last fifth back up, not so perfect.
Last fifth gets you.
I'm not bitter. I'm really bitter. But after all the shenanigans, who is the benefactor? Mr. Chuck Milliken himself.
Yeah.
Coach Milliken, ex-Amway president, Milliken sales entrepreneur. So Jimmy Chuck actually gets the sailboat RC blanks and he can finish them.
Good.
If you need sales quick, yeah, found that out. Little inside info, don't tell anybody because this video will tell the world.
Yeah. Edit this part out.
Yeah. No, so I think he buys, he gets the blanks from Sailboat RC. If you're ever in a jam, Bama jam. Not sure how much magic's putting the luff tape on, but Big Chuck can handle it. It's good to have people. Well, back to the racing after our interlude. Who else do we have? Some more royalty. Our class secretary, Mike Feldman. Just taking charge on port, doesn't even blink. Oh, well, tacks on to starboard. Thought he was going to go over there, kick ass, take some names.
Looks like the breeze is going to be over here. I don't know if that's what he's looking at.
All right. Jimmy says shoreside's got the pressure. Chuck, you can come up a little. I'm looking at that telltale. I think you can come up a little, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What say you?
Kind of pinching.
There he goes. Take a little bite. Come off. Take a little bite. Got Klaus. The 9.9 Proteus 3D printed boat.
Yeah, he's in it now. Oh, there's that's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Gets him across. He's just not quite in it.
Here it comes.
Charlie,
What side of the?
the finish.
Come on, people.
Long races.
We got to count to 2. Yeah, we're only 8 minutes in, so I can kind of tell with my timer, luckily. Yeah, these long ones, they feel like they should be over. You may want them to be over, but they're not over. But let's give Chuck his place in the spotlight, your 37 seconds of fame here on the Olympiad Model Sailors YouTube channel. That's Chuck Milliken. Makes a wide rounding. Unfortunately, Chuck's in a boot in his foot. He doesn't get to walk much, so he gives up a little doing the long distance sailing. But he's out here playing hurt. Playing hurt for Team Milliken, the 2-1 boat. Class secretary Mike Feldman made it into some A fleet the other day. Fighting to get back there today. Looking for some wind to fill his sails at the moment. Scott Graff coming around the outside gate, outside mark. Yeah, it really shows you how much a creature of habit we are. Just the repetition.
Yeah.
Like I just went on autopilot down there, and obviously so did these guys. Went for the outside in when it's supposed to be inside out. There's Chuck leading the charge in the Viserator. What color would you say that is, Jimmy? You got your fancy color wheel? Pinkish? Coral?
Flamingo coral.
Or does it have any other weird name we're supposed to know? Alright, well, that brown boat's got to keep clear. I don't know what he's usually getting close to. Oops, geez, I'm not even focused on the action as like Feldman and the Woody do some battle going downwind here. Mike's going to take him to the shore, run him aground, teach him a little windward leeward. Both on starboard, but Mike's a leeward boat. Does a fake jibe. No, Mike, it's not there yet. I did the same thing, Mike. I can make fun of you. But as Chuck is checked out in the single man breakaway, as they like to call it in the Tour de France. Got a good shot of Ricky Gary right there, right in the middle of my frame. I could move my feet, I guess. Then we get back to shaky cam, and I get negative comments on the motion sickness. All right, I'll move. All right, Chuck making it down there. Chuck got the memo, inside out. I'm not gonna get one past Coach Chuck. Oh no, getting the red blinking battery light of death. You want to grab a battery for me, Jimmy? Silver LiPo thing in the back of my car. Right there. This. All right, my assistant, Dr. Jim, grabbing me a battery. Boys come upwind.
These?
Nope.
Shit.
They're a black one. Black square one. The silver LiPo pouch. Yeah. My apprentices are working hard though.
These guys.
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
I just grabbed both. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it. They're both charged, so I'll just put them in the pocket. We're hanging on though. We're
What'd
just.
I miss?
Chuck's still in the lead. Didn't miss anything. So the battle's behind Chuck, usually for that 6th and 7th. Usually when you're in first, you're safe, but I've proven that wrong. I've proven that theory is no longer valid. Wow, we are just slogging away here. What do you think, Jimmy? These guys need to ease out a little bit?
Seems that.
Ease off the pinching. Get them moving first, folks. Move first, pinch second. If you pinch first, you don't move. But looky here, our roomie, Larry Grant, make them all sailing great again. An 8.5 boat.
He was in last for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the Viz taking care of him. The 8.5 is coming on to challenge the other Viz. And if we're lucky, my battery can go dead right at the exciting finish. So the Spence, I know, is killing you. You got to create drama. It's like reality TV here. As Chuck and Larry do battle for first, but they just want to be top 6. So it looks like the real battle is going to be for that 6th place one between Tom Johnson and Mike Feldman. I'll get to them first. Let's see if any shenanigans. A big puff coming Chuck's way. We were thinking Chuck's going to get the puff first, but Larry's got the ley line. What side of the paw is Chuck on? Chuck's going to get headed a little bit, I think, from our cat's paw discussion and be able to attack onto starboard and administer some starboard dominance to Larry. Chuck on top, Larry on the bottom. So there's your 1 and 2.
How are you?
And well, I thought Mr. Mike Feldman was battling for 5th and 6th. Here he is jumping his way up to 3rd, maybe. As we got some starboard boats coming in, Mike taking the high risk approach. 1, 2. There's 3, Reichard. 4 is Klaus. 5 and 6 is George. George, you made the bump up. Nice job, George. Was that 6, George? 6th place. You get to go out. You get a race again, maybe. I think. Got to check the board though. Don't listen to me. All right. George's been working hard all weekend. Working hard in the apprentice work down here in D Fleet. He's going to get a promotion, I think, as the rest of the fleet comes in. I think so, yeah. That's all right. Top 6, all that matters. I think you got 6, but as we finish up. All right, 18 Alpha off the line. Some crazy wind today. A couple folks with a late start over there at the boat end. But folks coming against the beach, as the crowd mentioned. Got Ken Reed in 04 charging up the middle. What's going to happen? Making sure there's no ants on the tree to come to attack me. As Kenny squirts out front. Kenny in first. He's got Brian Shores on his hip in the 117. As the boys stroll up the shoreline. And he gets a little puff out there, tacks back in. Mama Feldman getting a few action shots of Peter.
Am I in your way?
No, you're fine. Not at all. As Peter comes up the shore in the 4-4 boat. George came up the shore. Wind on the water. Just wind's all over the place right now. Head up, looks like, ooh, Peter's gonna make it first to this inside windward gate near the beach. Peter and Alex pretty much the same time. Gary Winton out there. If I could put him in frame, you could see it. Heading downwind. Jose Valverde, George Pedrick. Jose in the 4-8. Hopefully you guys got these numbers memorized now like I do. As I head downwind, got Brian Shores on the outside, the 117, the blue hull out there. Alex Ramos in the 115. Vickers boat getting a puff. Hard to tell if it's downwind or reachy, but this A fleet looks like they got some downwind. So we got Gary Winton out there. Peter looking for a lane. Wanted to go left, but Tony was there, shutting the door on him. So he's stuck eating the garbage in the middle. As Alex legs it out a little bit in the 115. Got Mark Olson on the way outside in the 5.5. I think had some mistaken identity between Mark and Brian Shores. Their boats are pretty close to the same color. I think that was Mark earlier on. As bar looks for wind. Does the bar bounce? Ooh, I'm yawning. Brian trying to will some speed into his boat there. As Alex gets there first in the 115. There's Peter in the 4.4. Mark Golson's already around. Gary Winton's around. There's Peter finally rounding. Tony rounding. Little puff going through. Boats are heeling over. Good stuff's happening. I don't know if they're going to give us another round or not, or it's going to be it. And the voice behind me saying it's 1:30. See if we can confirm that on the celly. Oh, wish it would tell me the time. Yeah, 1:28. They weren't lying. So Mark's made some gains up the beach side, 5.5. Alex in the 115. Ken's clawing his way back here in the 04. And Peter's up high along the beach, trying to cover them all. The 4.4. Barry Donaher is doing his laundry down on the side of the shore here. These model sailors are a hardy bunch. Mark staying powered up, 5.5. So Mark gets on to port. Mark gets some gains on Alex. He's going to make it. Yeah, it looks like Mark crosses Alex there. Tries to take care of Peter. There's Alex. Alex looks like he's going to lay one of those marks pretty good. As Peter gets lifted. Lifted there. Mark looks like he's going to get there. As, Peter tacks on to starboard. Peter's going to get there first. Mark's going to round in second. A crowd of 100,000 fans is deathly quiet watching this battle here in their
They don't want to break the toothpick stand that's made out of toothpicks. Look at this little bullet coming down.
Yeah, it's crazy wind directions here right now.
The crowd's gone quiet behind.
Being respectful. It's like a golf tournament here. Guys are racing, the crowd's quiet.
We have 22 marshals here.
We got Peter out front, the 4.4, Mark on his hip in the 5.5. Tony Gonzalez in third, Alex Ramos in fourth. Gary Winton powered up in the 5.4. Stan Wallace returned to A Fleet, the 6.9 boat.
Away from Australia.
And Kenny Reed to round out the top 2, 4, 6, 7. Then we got a big gap back to Jeff Becker out there, I'm assuming. Yep. 6.5. And who else we got? Skip Miller, Jose Valverde, Bar Batzer. Barron bridges the gap from the peloton to the breakaway group. As we head down to our leeward gates. Public service announcement, inside out on the leeward gates, always. As Peter and Mark split them. Peter goes to the shore, Mark goes to the outside, gets a little height, tacks back. On starboard, Peter Cross and Mark on port right there. This little tacking duel ensues. Each one trying to get a little leverage on the other. Peter just tacks back onto starboard, and Mark's having to deal with a few boats here. Mark's still on starboard, going to tack away from shore soon. The mast's coming up. Boom, there's a tack. As Mark gets back in the mix with Peter. Peter tacks back onto port with Mark. We got Tony on port. So a few other guys down there. It's kind of looking like the Mark and Peter show. Although we got Alex who really rode the shoreline up, trying to get some height on Mark and Peter. Peter tacks over to cover Alex. Why not? Conventional wisdom says cover, cover, and cover when you're out front. And there's Peter in the 4-4, tacking towards the finish line. Looks like Peter's going to get it. Nice race, Peter. Mark on starboard, Tony on his hip. Got some port boats coming in. They got a duck. Ooh. The rest of the boats finished. I stare at some boats here at the beach, enamored with their sailing prowess. Jose Valverde coming across, Barbatzer. The rest of the folks come in. Steve Lando, John Taylor, Ryan Shores. Here we are, Hobe Sound, Florida, number 117, USA 117, Brian Shores, here in Hobe Sound. Brian, tell us how you got into model sailing.
Oh man, I don't know how much time you got, but so when I was a kid, I've always been into sailing, and I sailed RC boats when I was maybe 10, 12 years old. I had a replica of Stars and Stripes first, and then I had a Kyosho Fairwind.
Yep.
I think some of the real enthusiasts might recognize that. Then I got into big boat sailing and dinghy sailing and all sorts of other sailing, and I didn't come back to it until about 2018 when a buddy of mine in Dallas put me in touch with Chuck LeMahieu. Got a DF95, 4, 5, 6 boats later.
Yep.
Then got into the IOM, so just got this new boat for this regatta. So this has kind of been a christening regatta for me. This is the boat I'm going to take to London with me for the Worlds.
That's right. You're going to the Worlds, and you're just hot off your North American Championship in Corpus Christi.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of our under 50 sailors.
Correct.
You under 50?
I'll be 45
All right,
year.
so you're a baby in model sailing.
Feels
You
good.
got years and years of model sailing against you.
Yeah.
So great.
Yep.
Well, tell us about the IOM. What's your what do you like best about the IOM
I love
class?
it, and I'm trying to put the hard sell on all my Texas boys to make a fleet down in Houston. But I love it because it's tweaky, and I'm kind of an OCD guy.
Yep.
So all the little tuning and fine tuning to make this thing go fast kind of plays into my personality a little bit. I have this garage apartment where I look at my boat, and my wife probably gets mad at me because I'll just disappear for hours and go play with my boat and work on different tuning setups, and it's great. I mean, it handles just like any other big boat does. It has all the all the rig features that you would see on, you know, a modern racing boat. So
Yeah.
that's why I love it. And the competition is just unreal.
Yeah, well, your buddy back home, Kevin Hayes, did want me to get in your head till you tell me that your sales did not match your new boat. So
I know, I'm working on my color combo. But,
all right.
yeah, we'll see how it works
So
out.
yeah, so I really appreciate Brian. I've met him out in the circuit, sailing DF95s in Texas. Always super helpful, helping me out, and we appreciate you helping out the class. So
No problem.
thanks for the interview.
All right, thanks, Dan.